The mother within, healing the archetype that raised you. What if the person you believe deserves forgiveness is not the one who hurt you, but the version of them that still lives in your mind? What if healing isn't just about changing your relationship with your mother, but transforming your relationship with the inner image of her that continues to shape your self-worth, your choices, and your identity? This video invites you to explore the invisible terrain of the mother archetype, to see how it quietly governs your emotions, your sense of self, and your capacity to love. Inspired by Carl Jung's depth psychology, this journey may not be comfortable, but it is undeniably essential. Because until you face this inner imprint, true healing may always remain out of reach. Before we begin, subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom and join our community. Every video here is created to support your inner evolution, rooted in psychology, emotional truth, and spiritual growth. Carl Jung introduced the concept of the mother complex, unconscious emotional patterns we form in early childhood with the image of the mother. These patterns do not fade over time. They evolve into inner templates that quietly influence how we love, fear, and connect. This is not about blame. I must stay small. To belong, I must abandon my true self. You're no longer in conflict with your mother, but with the echo of her voice that lives within your fear, your self-criticism, and your internal limitations. The guilt you feel when resting, the anxiety you feel when receiving love. These are not random. They point to a deeper pattern. But naming the voice isn't enough. You must face the archetype itself. In Jungian psychology, archetypes are not people. They are universal psychological energies, patterns that shape how we perceive and react to the world. The mother archetype, in its positive form, represents unconditional love, nurturing, and creation. When distorted, she becomes the voice of control, rejection, and fear. That internal voice may resemble your real mother, but it lives within you, whispering, "Your needs are too much. Your dreams are selfish. Your true self is unworthy of love." What's most painful? This unhealed archetype doesn't remain in the past. It follows you into adulthood. You seek lovers, mentors, even friends, not as equals, but as unconscious replacements. You hope they will love you in the way she never could, but they cannot. They will not. And when they don't, you feel abandoned again. Not because they hurt you, but because an old wound has been reactivated. To break this cycle, you must pause, observe, ask yourself, is this pain from the present or the past? Bert Hellinger called it invisible loyalty, the unconscious belief that if you rise beyond your mother's pain, you betray her. So you shrink, you reject joy, you repeat old patterns, not because they serve you, but because they feel familiar. If your mother was abandoned, you fear closeness. If she was silenced, you hesitate to speak. If she was unfulfilled, you unconsciously delay your own becoming. But remember, her wounds are not your burden. Her pain is not your path, and your life is not her redemption arc. Healing is not betrayal. It is love in its purest form. It says, "I rise, not to leave you behind, but to end what hurt us both." If this resonates with you, share this video with someone who needs it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom and turn on notifications so you never miss the wisdom that could change your life. Now let's go deeper. Reparenting is where healing takes root. It's when you become the mother your inner child always longed for. When sadness arises, don't dismiss it, acknowledge it. When fear surfaces, don't criticize yourself. Hold yourself. When you feel tired, don't judge. Ask, What do I truly need right now? You give yourself permission to feel, to rest, to dream, to exist without guilt or apology. And something begins to shift. You stop projecting unmet needs onto others. You stop searching for a savior. You show up as a whole adult, not a fragment begging to be filled. But the truth is, breaking old patterns doesn't erase the past. It returns authorship to you. You may have never had an ideal mother, but that doesn't mean you can't be whole. You're no longer that wounded child. You can choose to stop being ruled by old scripts, to stop making pain your identity, to speak, to expand, to love freely. Notice the moments when you shrink, when you apologize for existing, when you wait for permission before living your truth. Pause. Ask, who taught me this? Do I want to carry it forward? That is where true adulthood begins, not with age, but with inner authorship. When your values, not your wounds, lead the way. When you stop and choose again. The pattern ends not in an explosion, but in quiet revolutions, repeated every day. And what replaces the pain? Joy without shame, love without dependency, self-worth. That does not beg for proof. That is what you reclaim when you stop being loyal to what broke you. Let your adult self lead. Let clarity speak louder than inherited shame. Let your boundaries become your sanctuary. Freedom is not the absence of wounds, but the presence of inner strength. You don't have to cut ties with your mother, but you do have to redefine her place in your psyche. Because the mother you're looking for is not behind you. She lives within you. She is you. And when you integrate her with conscious love, you love without distortion. You belong to yourself. If this spoke to you, leave a comment. I am the end of the pattern. Subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom for more soulful and psychologically rich content. Share this with someone who's ready to rewrite their story. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. You are not your wound. You're the one healing it. And that changes everything.